It's very fulfilling when you can go from I'm unsure about the interactions I'm having with women to holy fuck, I'm having a really good time and I know for sure what kind of traits, what behaviors I'm exuding that I'm making this happen. You want to be able to empower yourself, not just feel lucky. It's not about dating women who are out of your league just because you got lucky, but because you were very intentional in the characteristics, in the behaviors, in the way you're showing up in the world that brings you this. Because one of them makes you feel as if you're unworthy, while the other one makes you feel like you can do anything. And even if this doesn't work, you can repeat that results in the next interaction or in the next relationship or in the next dating or sexual experience you're going to have. So I'm sure somebody's going to have a different opinion to this, but here's mine. Today we're going to talk about a specific male age group that has the most sexual experience potential that you might happen to be in that age group and are not taken advantage of. We are also going to discuss characteristics that these men need to embody so as to take full advantage of this sexual potential that they might have. And if you happen to be in this age group, awesome. This is a wake-up call for you to maybe start embodying those characteristics, those traits, so that you can take advantage and have amazing sexual experiences with women. If you happen to be outside of this age group that I'm going to be highlighting in this video, you also can embody these characteristics to maximize your sexual experience potential. Let's first clarify what sexual potential we're talking about here. It's not merely the physicality. I'm talking about the ability to attract, connect with, keep women interested, and possibly coming back. On top of that, enjoy the experiences that you're having with these women. It's about being intentional about how you show up to the world so that you can have those experiences that you truly want with women instead of ending up frustrated because somebody else or you are not having the kind of relationships or the kind of interactions that you would love to have with women. Now, the prime male age group that has the most sexual experience potential is ages 25 to 35. And you might be asking, why that specific range? Let's break it down. At this age group as a man, society kind of works in your favor. So let's imagine at the very top of that, a 35-year-old dating a 19-year-old. To most people, nobody will really say anything or raise an eyebrow to that. If we change that up a little bit, let's say you're a 50-year-old man dating a 19-year-old, there is going to be some judgment sent your way a little bit. There's going to be some people who will raise some eyebrows to that particular interaction or to those particular sexual relationships. We happen to be social creatures. As much as we might think that what other people say does not impact us, it actually does. So if you're a male and happen to be the ages of 25 to 35, you could go out with a young 19-year-old girl. Or you could also decide to say, hey, I want to go out with a 45-year-old. And that is still within a range that society kind of looks at as like, oh, that's acceptable. Nobody really is going to judge you that much if you decide to date somebody younger or somebody 10 years older than you at that point. Additionally, don't underestimate the emotional openness that women between the age of 19 to 45 might have to a guy who's between the ages of 25 to 35. Let's take up a woman who is in her 40s, for example. Most women at that age tend to open up emotionally to men who happen to be in that age range. That is because they feel that you're emotionally mature at that point for them to be able to open up and maybe, possibly have a relationship with you. And that level of emotional openness that women have towards a man of that age group might be because, and again, this is just my opinion, they consider you to be at a point where you're now out there in the world figuring out life. You are mature, you're making decisions that will have an impact for your life, not just today, but in the future. And some women, especially older women, tend to have a certain level of they feel safe emotionally, being able to open themselves up to a man who is at that age group. Now, I know we've narrowed down that age group of 25 to 35, but not just any male within that age group can have these amazing sexual experiences with women. There are certain characteristics that you need to embody for you to maximize that potential that you might have with women. And these different traits are what will set you apart from a man who is struggling with women and a man who is going to be having options of what sexual experiences he wants to have with women around him. First up is maturity. What this simply means is you're past that stage in your life where you're just doing stupid things like getting drunk, being inconsiderate of the consequences that your actions have. One thing that can make this trait take a hit, even if you're trying to improve, you're trying to be more mature in the decisions you're making, is the friends you keep in your circle. If you're trying not to get drunk every weekend and the friends that you're hanging out with are going out clubbing or doing other things like house parties every weekend, most likely you're going to fail at that. Next characteristic is being an independent thinker. This means you're not just going with the crowd and the way things are. You're questioning things. You're asking why. This will allow you to set values for yourself and have principles along the way. When you happen to be an independent thinker, this allows a woman to feel safe around you, and it's also a lot more intriguing to her because she knows when time comes for you to make her decisions, you will have a set of values and principles that will guide you towards the decision, no matter what the results end up being. It's just a lot more comforting to women when they know a man has that trait. Now, this is a big one. Being a great listener. What this means is asking the right kind of questions that will bring out certain emotions, certain good emotions that you want her to bring. And again, I'm bringing this back to intentionality. So when you ask these questions, she has these emotions when she's expressing herself. This allows her to open up emotionally and bring you in, which opens the door to physical experiences, emotional experiences, or even spiritual experiences with her. Being a great listener who can ask questions that are intriguing is very invaluable for you to maximize that sexual potential. Then there is confidence. Sometimes you look at a confident person and say, this person knows everything. Not really. What being a confident person means to me is the ability to make a decision even when you're unsure of what that result is going to be. Ability to move forward even with uncertainty. You don't always have to know everything, but being confident on taking that particular responsibility of coming up with a decision and following through with it, even when, again, sometimes it might not be exactly right. That is very calming. That is very comforting to a woman. Simple things like that will set you apart from other men, and in the process, give you a better chance with all these sexual experiences you might want to have, either with a few women or maybe a lot of women in the process. And of course, there's charisma. This is the magnetism that someone can have, that you can have when you walk into a space. You don't have to talk sometimes. It's just your presence commands that attention in one way or another. This is not something that you're born with. This is a characteristic that you can work on. This is a skill. And if you can be mindful and bring this into your collection of characteristics you have, this sets you way far ahead. It gives you such a unfair advantage, if I might say, when it comes to dating and the options of women and experiences that you can have in the world out there. I know we have talked about a specific age group and also some characteristics. If you happen to be a man who is between the ages of 25 to 35, there is ample experiences out there. There's a ton of experiences you can have with women that you might not be taking advantage of. There are women of all age groups. Again, if you want to date somebody who's 19, you can absolutely do that at that age group. If you want to date a woman and have a different experience at, let's say, at the ages of 30s and 40s, where they're more mature, they are more sure of themselves, they understand themselves a little bit better, they have so much to teach you. So you can decide to have fun. You can decide to learn some other traits or put yourself with women who have certain characteristics, who happen to be at certain as far as age goes. This is time for you to go out there and have these amazing experiences, but you might also need to work on those characteristics. And it's never late to start. There's no better time to start than now. And the sooner you start, the more experiences you'll have and the more enjoyable your dating life will be. That's my take on the age group that has the most sexual experience potential out there. If you have a different opinion, put it in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. And if you happen to be new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more dating and relationship advice videos that are going to be coming on this channel. And I would love to keep empowering men to have these amazing relationships, life, and also sexual experiences along the way, because we only get one life and we can make the best out of it. Thank you very much for watching to this point. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.